Sure. All right, let's welcome our guests and get an actual show started here. I'm here tonight with Carrie Keagan, host of VH1's Big Morning Buzz Live. She has no idea that I know she plans on asking me to marry her tonight. Dana Vachon, New York Observer contributor and New York Contributor Observer. And when Greg's off antiquing, you know Bill Schultz is with him, so filling in for him tonight is the far less smelly John DeVore. And sitting right next to me, musician and record producer Andrew W.K. He has no idea that I know he plans on asking me to marry him tonight. Yep. So, losing support among Republican women. Do you think he's kind of started to lose the female vote forever, or can he get it back?
I think he actually lost some of it, but only because of his 999 law that he was trying to pass, and that was purely based on the fact that, you know, now that he's not part of the mustache campaign,
right.
it was because of that. It actually repealed some of the tax write-offs that he got for the mustache ride.
So, I was trying to figure out where you were going with that, but it all worked out in the end. No, that was good. I like that. I like that.
It's been a long day, Andy.
I know. That was good. Andrew, let's talk about Herman Cain.
A lot of people who would disagree with this, though, would be upset if someone showed up at a July 4th rally in what's the
Cinco de Mayo.
Che's
Yeah,
shirt.
Che Guevara. Yeah,
right, thank you. In that shirt. I mean,
they might be upset about it, but would you say you can't do that?
No, because we're Americans.
Couldn't this whole thing
No,
just
but
be
hang on,
solved
but-
if we had
but-
people who would want to wear an American flag T-shirt, they get to wear Justin Bieber T-shirts.
For that day?
Yes, and for everyone who wanted to wear the Mexican flag T-shirt, they get to wear Selena Gomez
shirt.
Okay,
and then
no,
we
I
can
see
all
that.
just get along.
Now that's good. That's proactive.
That is two straight stories where you have made incredibly perfect points.
Thank you.
That sums it all up.
Absolutely.
I'm going with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carrie's right.
I do.
Selena Gomez.
You,
Viva.
Really?
Yeah.
thick head of hair.
But Carrie, let me ask, was it crappy for the kids to wear these T-shirts on Cinco de Mayo?
Oh, let me ask you this: was it
No.
Was it coincidence? Was it coincidence that today of all days we're talking about this story, and there was a West Side Story flash mob in Times Square?
I think it is a coincidence.
This is like semiotics 101.
Since I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Till een stukje met haar rijden.
Okay, that wasn't Beyonce, and I don't think it was Jay-Z either, but we'll double check that. Dana, you worked on Wall Street. You're obviously part of the 1%. How do you feel about what Batali said?
Well, the broader comment, I think he you know, you can't mention Hitler and Stalin and then be shocked that people like have taken it out of context.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, look, there's some truth. Like bankers are like the locust, right? Like there's a period of expansion where they all say, "Listen, it's great. We're all pursuing our own self-interest and we're making the world better." And then it crashes, and they're all like, "What was that guy?"
Yep, exactly. This one guy told he told Bloomberg that he said about Batali. He said, "Quote: I spent $4,000 on a white truffle dinner on Monday at Babbo. This is I feel used." Babbo is one of Batali's restaurants. It's like you haven't learned.
That guy is a.
What I'm saying, it's like.
And he's crying.
Yeah.
I want to go to Twitter. I want to cry into my truffle
Are
dinner.
people gonna now? You want people to feel bad for you
Yeah.
because you just spent $4,000 on a white truffle dinner? You schmuck.
Yeah. Was it good?
I don't know.
Probably was.
Sure.
Give it 2 generations before that name.
Malcolm.
You give it 2 generations before Hitler is like another word for awesome. I give it 2 generations before some teenager is like, oh my God, that party was Hitler. because people use that name
So much.
They throw it around.
Yeah, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Carrie, I want to ask you. I thought Brad Pitt's comment, even though it wasn't sort of a sentence as I was reading it, but he was actually, I thought, fairly intelligent in what he was saying.
Why are you surprised? It's Brad Pitt. He's perfect.
I'm not. Well, there is that. Okay. All right.
He's been doing
And by the way, Angelina's been
Whispering in his ear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That anyone wears any of the clothes. I've never had a friend, I've never seen anyone I've worked with. No one here is wearing these clothing Rocco wear. Who is buying the clothes? Obviously a large portion. If someone actually buys these T-shirts, then he has the right to make the money.
Well, first of all, I'm not wearing it on this show, but when I go clubbing on Saturday nights, I do.
Okay, see, now that might be what it is. It's off hours.
Let's not forget
Exactly.
that he has a family
Exactly.
to feed now as well.
That's true.
So-
That's
He
true.
does have to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But all right, not time to fill that out. But it did seem as if Carrie was leading the way, and you pointed that out yourself and said that she made the 2 of the most salient points. So in terms of the grade, and I think I should point out, because there's been some confusion in the past, this is on a curve. And so it does appear as if Carrie is pulling away from the pack with an A. Not bad. Full B's for everyone else except for Andy, which actually, you know what, Andy, I'm giving you a B+.
A solid B+.
You've got a B+.
I like that.
I like being teacher's pet. This is cool.
Well, on the aggregate the weekend forecast, it looks absolutely lovely.
Wow.
So if you've got any big plans for Saturday or Sunday here in the Northeast, by all means pursue them.
Mike,
Talking about stories, yes.
Mike,
yeah.
Did you watch the first half of the show?
If you say so.
You referred to Newt Gingrich as B. Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah. If that's the case, and let's in a hypothetical scenario, let's say that we're looking at the Golden Girls, one of B. Arthur's most popular, beloved shows. Which other candidates are in that show?
Sophie is Ron Paul. Rose is Rose. Well, no, who's Betty White? Rick Perry, right? And then Bland. Wait, who's the slutty one? Rick Santorum.
Yes, yes.
Rick Santorum. And then Dana, your prediction. I'm just curious if you care to elaborate at all on your prediction that that Herman Cain will shave his stash in the near future.
I'm not sure all these people understand. It's not like years ago, the fear of getting caught.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely
recklessness of
very
water.
true. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that one more time because it,
They cannot see me naked. These things, they go away, replaced by every day.
And looking at, once I knew that if I got a split screen with Dana, we get into a conversation where I didn't understand a thing that he was saying.
September's coming soon. I'm pining for the moon.
Yeah, you said Santorum's angry problem could be a result of sciatica.
Yes, my father suffered from a sciatic nerve problem, and I myself have, from time to time, had sore muscles. So I understand irritability can be coming from many places, not necessarily your own brain. It could be coming from your body.
Okay. And then, and then to follow up with John on one point, he said that when we go to story 2, which we refer to as story 2, where the flag incident on Cinco de Mayo, John, you said something about it's like showing up a July 4th event in a chicken suit. Did I get that wrong?
Che Guevara.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, again, not listening necessarily. Hey, Carrie, can you elaborate on the connection? Can you elaborate on the connection that you made in the flag story, Carrie, between the flag issue and the West Side Story flash mob?
I just thought there was a nice connection that we had there with the Latino love happening today on this day of all days that we're talking about this particular story. There's something
I thought it was more
very
Oklahoma.
cool about
I'm
it.
good. Anyway, and by the way, the top price paid for a white truffle, December 2007, $330,000 for a 3.3-pound truffle. So when you put it in perspective, the $4,000 white truffle dinner that paid at Bobo's, it seems actually pretty reasonable.
Kind of just a trifle, you might say.
It does. Yeah. Look at you.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, are you done, Mike?
Oh, I thought we were out.
No,
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just
sorry.
kidding. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm finished.
All right. So, well, then let's go ahead and take a break. Stick around, though, and you will see Carrie Keagan's breasts. I'm serious. You think I'm kidding? Fine. Don't believe me. Do we need to rebrand our homeland? Well, the good old US of A has a new plan when it comes to marketing itself around the world. And it starts with a new tagline, which is the United States of awesome possibilities. Sadly, they rejected my slogan, America. Carrie Keagan lives here.
Wants to be exposed and who wants to present themselves to the world understands and is titillated by that potential of it getting on this
That's
side.
why
I think in the
whenever
moment.
I wear a Nixon mask.
You see?
You know what I'm saying?
We have to blur.
Oh, yeah.
That's not. You're not supposed to say Nixon on this.
Yeah, all of it.
Cut that part.
Carrie, one woman already found this guy, the guy who runs the site, and she stabbed him. How concerned should he be? This is not going to end well for him.
No, it never will. The thing that blows me away is that this is like the Decency Act. I mean, they protected this. This is what the Decency Act is there for, is to make sure that this guy is okay somehow. It's kind of crazy to me.
But if he's not breaking any laws.
But he will get stabbed.
Yes. Well, that's the.
So they're not going to
right.
protect him, but they're going to protect what he's doing.
Right.
Street justice.
Yeah, absolutely. DeVore, this site gets like 30 million views a month.
For now.
Yeah. Why?
Because he's on it all the time.
Because
I
that is,
noticed
porn is the spine of the internet. Right, it keeps it up. But because, you know, it's an aesthetic thing, and I don't want to get into it, but people demand, like, real pictures.
Authenticity. When you're demolished, you gotta dig deep.
Real photos.
Real
of
what
real-
are you talking about? Because the spine is very interesting to me. And there's real something.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna go ahead and.
Dennis.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Carrie, you deal with celebrities all the time.
I do.
There's got to be someone better than Billy Crystal who could host this show.
I actually thought Eddie Murphy was going to be amazing
Yeah.
at it. I was so looking forward to it, and then he just screwed that up.
Yeah.
He stepped away?
He did.
Yeah.
He quit.
Yeah, he quit after
Yep.
He
Rat.
was
is
only
surprising.
doing it because Brett Ratner
he's
was
so-
going to
he's
be
so
directing
cutting
it.
edge,
Now
too.
I wanted to see him live on stage. I wanted to see him do something approximating stand-up.
I think they
Andrew
would have.
WK could host the Oscars.
I would, you know.
It would turn into a
At
party.
Turn
this
him
point, it's a
into a
little beneath
hashtag.
me. I think I've kind of.
Sure, you've conquered that world
passed
already.
that
Yeah.
era of my career.
But you would be better. I don't know if you watched last year's show.
No. I never watched.
Then I won't ask you that question.
Last year's show was awful.
Well, anybody would have to be.
that's
Anybody would have to be
Anne
better.
Hathaway.
Yeah.
Hathaway,
Franco.
She's a beauty, and James Franco. That was definitely an appeal to younger viewers, but
And it
was
didn't
too
work.
casual.
Right.
I think sometimes kids want to see adults presenting something that is maybe childish. Seeing kids.
Star. A real star.
Yeah, real star.
Hey, DeVore, Crystal hasn't hosted since 2004. Are you afraid he might be rusty or not rusty enough?
I think he practices every year. I think while he watches the Academy Awards, he weeps and cuts
Right.
his thighs.
But he was on it last year. He appeared for
Just his
the 4
thighs.
minutes that he was on, and he was the best part
Yeah,
of the
he
show.
was- he was
So
actually-
he
yeah.
obviously can do it.
And beaches. You'll see Carrie Keegan's breasts. This time, I really mean it.
I can't believe you do it.
Oh,
So one of our guests, Carrie Keagan, recently had her breasts molded for the Keep a Breast Foundation to help raise money for breast cancer awareness. And they filmed the whole thing. Check it out.
2 years ago, my mother's best friend was diagnosed with breast cancer, and so that was the first time I'd ever had to deal with it in my own family. How's she doing? She's great. Oh, good. She's fantastic. Everybody has to be careful. Everybody has to find out and do the testing. And hello, eyes up here. There you go. What do you think? These are my boobs. I feel like the woman of steel. Ta-da! I can save the world in this. Can I wear this out?
Carrie, so how much did the mold go for?
I don't actually know the exact dollar amount, but it was a lot. It went for a lot of money, and it all went to a good cause, the Keep a Breast Foundation.
Any idea who won?
I don't, but I know
Because
that
I did not get an email.
Well, I do know that it was a bunch of people from my Twitter that were, bidding, and so
Right.
I don't know what their real names are either
okay.
way,
All right.
so I wouldn't be able to call them out.
How long did it take for them to actually do all that?
It was about an hour or so. It was a lot of layers of rubbing and molding, and making sure that everything was in the right place.
Right. Is this going to be, you're going to do this like an annual thing?
Every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? I
Yes,
think
it
you
would.
guys should do it too.
I have worked with Keep a Breast before, actually.
Oh, have you?
Yes, and they wanted to take a mold of my breasts, but then it was explained that it's mainly supposed to be women.
Right.
But my wife, Sherry, was also asked, and we've supported the foundation
Oh,
on
that's
Warp
great.
Tour, on the
Yes,
summer
they were there.
rock
They were
tour.
doing
Yeah.
all kinds of things. Yeah, they're great.
They are.
They're doing a lot of good work.
Right.
They had Pink do it. Katy Perry's done it.
Yes.
Lots of people. But, yeah.
That's great. So this auction site was celebbuzz.com?
CharityBuzz.com.
CharityBuzz.com. Can anybody auction? How does that work? Do you know?
I don't know how the CharityBuzz.com works, but I know that there's a ton of stuff
Really?
on there. You can.
So could we,
bid
like the
on
red eye
anything.
stuff, could we auction off like an hour in a sauna?
Yes.
Or something like that?
With who?
With the red eye stuff?
Yes.
All three.
Bill would be there
Yeah.
too, right?
Well, maybe not Bill.
Oh.
Count me out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Maybe just Bill. I don't know.
Now we're talking.
Freaks.
Much. And Carrie, I understand you got into a debate with Adam Sandler over nipple sensitivity on your show, Big Morning Buzz on VH1. Who won?
You know what? When you're talking about nipples, I think everybody wins, don't you?
Yeah, and I think that's the slogan for the show from now on. When you're talking nipple sensitivity, everybody wins. Hey, John.
Gotta go, Mike. Thanks a lot. Thanks to Carrie Keagan, John DeVore, Dana Vachon, and Andrew WK. That does it for me. Goodbye.